ओके, मैं स्क्रीन पे ही देखूँ ना डायरेक्टली? ओके। ओके। Raj and Kriti, it's visible on the login page link that I have shared on the group. Just click on that link and you'll be able to see the screens.
मैं कॉल स्टार्ट हो जाएगा अभी 45 से 4 बजे, तो बाद में कॉल कर लूंगी। अभी पौनी 3 से 4। ठीक है ना सर? हाँ ठीक, हाँ हाँ, ठीक है।
Veer, I'm not able to log in. I mean, the login page is still not visible. I can see its thank you page only. My login, even if
We
I'm typing.
we have not pushed it yet. If you want us to push in, then everybody who has been registered will be seeing.
No, no. So that is what I was trying to say that I want to check how it is going to be visible on the front end. I
Mm-hmm.
want to because last time during dry run, what happened was there was this one screen which was not updated, and I don't want that to happen right now. I mean, I know that you have the revised screens and everything, but then still I need to verify it once from my end. So, however, you can show it on your screen also to me, but I need to see the full screen visible.
Okay, so we are pushing the live stream on the main platform. You can see it from your side.
Okay, all right.
We are
Just
pushing
keep
it.
it live for 5 minutes. That is fine by me, but just keep it that, or else you can start it. You can show the screens to me, and within 5 minutes, you can close it.
No, but then if we push the screen right now, so what's happening? Whoever is registering is going to the thank you page, right?
Huh, but then registrations are shut, no, now.
Yes. So right now everybody is seeing thank you page. We are going to log out everybody and it will be pushed to the login page. They have to log in again and then come to the live screen.
Okay, all right. For 5 minutes, just get it done. After 5 minutes, if any, once you will keep the holding slide and people are
Uh-huh.
just seeing the holding slide at that time, they'll
Uh-huh.
realize that, something is, matlab, they'll have to reload the page and everything. That's fine. Because we are half an hour away from the event and we can just do the testing now itself.
Okay. Would you please check the live platform now?
Just a second, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the welcome slide, Filal.
Live.
Raj or Kriti, have you logged in on the main link, the login link?
Yeah, I have logged in.
Yeah, okay, so you can see it from there.
Yeah.
Yes, Beer, you can show the screens to us now. Uh, I can just see the welcome slide. It is still that.
जी सर, आप इसको लाइव पे पुश करके दिखाओ इनको, ये कह रहे हैं। आप मीटिंग पे ही लाइव प्रीव्यू पे दिख रहा है, मेन प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं दिख रहा है अभी। कर दिया है अभी सर, कर दिया है। नहीं, ये यहाँ लाइव प्रीव्यू पे दिख रहा है, बट फ्रंट एंड पे वेलकम स्क्रीन आ रहा है सिर्फ। हाँ, एक बार अब आ गया, अब आ गया, अब आ गया।
Hey, for me, it is still the welcome slide.
Meanwhile, can we also do Vikrant's and Lynn's, at least the audio check and everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's showing all the slides to us. It will be from the welcome slide to Vaishali's screen, then the speaker screen along with the PPT.
Okay.
ये पुराना क्लिप प्ले हुआ है और इस पे बीर दिस इज द पुराना होल्डिंग स्लाइड. इफ यू सी ऑन टॉप द टॉपिक इज मिसिंग एंड पेज पे आया है बीर, पर वो ऊपर टॉपिक आई कैन सी लिन का, बट ये पुराना वाला स्क्रीन, ये आई थिंक ड्राई रन वाला वीडियो है जो आप प्ले कर रहे हो उस पे। Guys,
Uh,
please, this has to be rectified. It cannot play like
let
this.
me check. These
And
are
also, और ये जो स्क्रीन आपने डाला हुआ है, दैट इज व्हाट आई सेड कि ये ड्राई रन में आप लोगों ने गलत स्क्रीन यूज किया था. दिस इज व्हाट इज विजिबल. आई डोंट वांट दिस टू बी विजिबल एनीवेयर. I've shared the revised files in advance. I want the old files to be deleted everywhere.
Pratibha, just like give us 2 minutes. We have looked into it. Just give us 2 minutes.
Meanwhile, can I see the slides? And I just want to understand whether the video of mine should be on throughout the webinar or not.
Karnika, how much time will it take? Because I need to check the speaker's presentation also. I need to get that also verified by both the speakers. So we
Just
need to close this in 5 minutes.
yes. Just a minute. B sir.
Abhi bhi it's the old screen.
Pratibha,
Abhi
I think, at least LATAM speakers का एकदम sorted कर लेता. I think he needs to first
nahi.
check his
My
slides.
problem, Kriti, is that if there is any changes in the screen, I will need 10 to 15 minutes to solve that.
Okay. Because
So
Lynn
that
is
is why
not
I'm
able
getting
to
this.
change her background also.
Sorry,
So
what?
Lynn is not able to change her backdrop.
She's
So it's
changed it. I saw it. I saw her background changed on the live screen.
it is no, she has not changed it.
It's the West background, right?
No. It's this. I think you're seeing the older one video which is being played in the platform.
Okay.
This is her backdrop. She wants to change it, and there is no, there is no. No, she's not able to change the backdrop. There is no plus sign. Usually there is a plus sign to add new backdrop. So she is not able to do
Kanika,
it.
can you solve this? Kanika Beer, can you help to solve this out?
Okay. First, like, can you please check the live platform now?
Okay.
Yeah.
लाइव प्लेटफॉर्म पे
This is the live preview which we are seeing.
लाइव प्लेटफॉर्म पे आई कैन सी विक्रांत राइट नाउ, बट द
Yes.
स्क्रीन इज फ्रोजन.
Uh,
Switch on your camera. Okay, the slides are. कैमरा चालू करो. Okay, I'll need Vikrant, Vaishali, and Lynn all to switch on their cameras. We are checking it on live screen right now. So we'll get checked every slide, and I need to close the live preview in the next 5 minutes. So just, yeah. Yes. Right. Okay, so we just need to change Lynn's background. That is pending. Apart from that, if is anything, is there any issue? Yes. Okay. All right. यही फाइल्स शो होने चाहिए प्लीज Okay, ठीक है. So now just help Lynn out with her background change, please, because that needs to be done. And please stop the live preview on the main.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Vaishali Paul from Inform Markets in India, and I'll be your host for today. I thank you all for joining us for today's webinar on From Molecule to Market, GLP-1 Injectable Trends and Packaging Insights. In this webinar, we'll explore the intersection of therapeutic innovation and delivery excellence, spotlighting how West Pharmaceutical Services is enabling the next generation of GLP-1 therapies through its containment and delivery platforms. As you're aware, this webinar is being put up by Inform Markets in India. Inform Markets in India is India's leading exhibition organizer that is dedicated to help specialist markets and customer communities domestically and around the world to trade, innovate, and grow through exhibitions, digital content, business intelligence, conferences, and seminars. To our audience, we assure you that today's session will be interactive. Do participate in the poll questions that will take place in between the webinar segments, as well as the Q&A session at the end. Feel free to post your questions at any time during the session. We will address them during the dedicated Q&A segment. It is now my honor to introduce our esteemed speakers, Vikrant Chadapur, Manager, Technical Customer Services India, West Pharmaceutical Services, and Lin Yao, Senior Manager, Technical Customer Services, Asia Pacific, West Pharmaceutical Services. West Pharmaceutical Services Inc. is a leading provider of innovative, high-quality injectable solutions and services. West is a trusted partner to the world's top pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies working by their side to improve patient health. Pharmaceutical, biotechnology, generic, and medical device companies trust West and their ability to deliver consistent, high-quality, and technologically advanced containment and delivery solutions. West shares their commitment to improving health for patients worldwide. Vikrant is a technical customer services manager, India as West Pharmaceutical Services with 19 plus years in the pharmaceutical industry. In his role, he provides comprehensive technical assistance on West products, processes, and service portfolio, supporting multiple accounts and business teams to help ensure customer needs are met with precision and expertise. He also drives technical sales, marketing initiatives, and fosters strong external relationships in the pharmaceutical packaging sector. With a master's in pharmacy and an MBA, Vikrant combines deep knowledge of dosage forms, regulatory standards, and market dynamics with a passion for innovation, reflected in his patents and publications. Lin Yao is Senior Manager of Technical Customer Services for Asia Pacific at West Pharmaceutical Services, where she leads technical customer services members in Asia Pacific to work closely with the pharmaceutical clients to provide technical support. Since joining West in 2013, starting as a technical support engineer at West China, she advanced to Scientific Affairs Manager for West China region. There, she analyzed injectable packaging industry trends and regulatory shifts, participated in drafting pharmaceutical packaging chapters for the Chinese pharmacopoeia, and contributed to the development and revision of several standards under the China National Pharmaceutical Packaging Association. Lin holds a master's degree in biochemical engineering and an MBA and has over 17 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry. Over to you, Lin.
Thank you, Charlene, for your introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. And I'm Ling. I'm based in China, but I'm very happy to join today's webinar together with Vikram. So we look forward to sharing our knowledge with you and also engaging in a discussion through the polling questions later and also the Q&A session. So to kick things off, let's start with a quick poll. So we have the poll question for you. What do you think will drive the most growth in the GLP-1 injectable market by 2030? So we have 4 options here. You can vote on the options you think probably is your answer. So option A is expansion of the indications beyond diabetes. Option B is patient-centric delivery systems. Option C is once weekly dosing options. And option D is sustainability in packaging. So yeah, here we give you some time for the voting. Okay, great. Thank you all for the voting. Yeah, very excited to see the results after the webinar. And I think this question actually is also ties perfectly into our agenda today. So we will actually explore exactly how the growth drivers impact the GLP-1 market later. So before that, let me walk through what we will cover today. So first, we are going to delve into the market drivers for GLP-1 drug and key market trends of the GLP globally. Then next, we will give you a cartridge container system overview, as well as West cartridge components offerings, since this is the backbone of many GLP-1 delivery devices. Then we will get into the technical aspects about the technical considerations for the cartridge components. And after that, we will cover the evaluation of the cartridge system to help you understand more about the requirements on the cartridge system based on the latest USP 382. So finally, we will wrap up with the key takeaways. So next slide, please. So let's start with the market trends for the GLP-1. So when we look at the global GLP-1 market, the growth has been remarkable. You can see from here. So by 2030, the market is expected to top more than 130 billion. And this actually reflects both the strong clinical value and the significant commercial opportunity. And we can see that injectable GLP-1 products still dominate the market. But we also can see that the strong rise in the oral solid dose development. In fact, the oral dose segment is expected to grow at nearly twice the rate of injectable formulations. And I think this is driven by the demand for more convenient and easier patient uptake. And overall, the total market value is anticipated to grow at a compound annual rate about 22%, with both single dose and multi-dose formats expanding rapidly. And also to meet growing global demand, the manufacturers are moving toward multi-dose systems that support better adherence. The next slide, please. So the GLP-1 pipeline is expanding rapidly, both in size and diversity. So you can see from this graph here, over the past decade, it has grown at an average annual rate of about 17%. And there was clear acceleration in recent years. Before that, from 2015 to 2020, the growth was relatively steady at around like 9% per year. But between 2020 and 2025, that pace surged to over more than 25%, which is driven by the new companies and also the new molecules. And one of the most notable shifts is actually in how these therapies are delivered. So the injectables are remaining the basic one, and oral solid dose formulations now account for more than 30% of the GLP-1 pipeline programs. And this also again reflects the strong push toward more patient-friendly and convenient options. But at the same time, we also notice that the therapeutic focus of the GLP-1 is also expanding well beyond diabetes and obesity. So the development is also increasingly targeting the other chronic conditions like cardiovascular and also renal. So this is actually opening the door to some combination therapies and more targeted plans for the patients. So taken together, these trends highlight how GLP-1 is evolving from a single disease treatment into a versatile platform. So this is also shaping the future of the metabolic and chronic disease management. Next slide, please. So then you'll probably be interested to know that, like, our polling question is asking what have driven the growth of the GLP-1 market. So when we look at the global landscape, there are 5 core pillars as the major drivers. The primary driver is, again, the undeniable clinical efficacy of the GLP-1 drugs, and they have been proven to control the blood glucose levels effectively. And they also promote the weight loss and improve the cardiovascular health, offering a lot of benefit to the patient. And this distinguishes them from the many old therapies. And we are also seeing a rising prevalence of the type 2 diabetes and obesity worldwide. So at the same time, there's an increasing focus on the overall health and wellness among the population. So this is also creating a huge market for the GLP-1. And also, innovation is vital for the market success and differentiation. So the shift from towards the patient convenience is key. So including once weekly dosing options, and also user-friendly delivery methods like pens and auto-injectors. So GLP-1 is also offer distinct advantages over the traditional treatments like insulin. So they lower the risk and also provide the added benefit like the weight loss. And finally, the market is adopting a more patient-centric approach. So this includes like developing educational initiatives and support programs, and also a strong focus on the patient engagement and adherence to ensure the long-term success of the therapy. So these drivers combined actually created a robust and expanding market for the GLP-1 treatments. Next slide, please. So as we all know that the primary packaging plays a critical role in the maintaining product system stability, quality, and also patient safety. And the chosen primary packaging system should deliver like chemical compatibility, protection, as well as the container closure integrity for the drug products throughout the whole shelf life. So the primary packaging options for GLP-1 injectable formulations include like a wide system and also pre-filled syringe system, which are normally used for the auto-injector, and also the cartridge system normally used for the pens. Next slide, please. And as we look at the evolution of the packaging components, it's clear that the innovation is being driven by the need of improve the safety and performance in the injectable drug delivery. So we are now incorporating advanced materials like, for example, Corning glass and also DECU crystal zinc polymers. So this development actually addresses some challenges such as like breakage, drug interaction, and also enhance the mechanical strengths. And also barrier films and coatings are now widely applied to containers and components to help protect the drug integrity. And also the 100 automated visual inspection can be added to improve the quality by reducing the particulates and visual defects. And also with the ready-to-use components and also standardize the packaging and closer collaboration across the supply chain, we are now creating cartridge components that support quality, consistency, and also patient safety at every stage. Next slide, please. So yeah, when we talk about the cartridge container system, we are referring to the part that the interfaces directly with both the drug product and the patient. So for the cartridge system, it can accommodate single or multiple doses with typical fill volumes up to 10 milliliters. So this actually offering the flexibility for different dosing regimens. So most of GLP-1 therapies use a liquid drug form. So each cartridge system combines a glass or polymer container, elastomeric plunger, and line seal to ensure the tight closure and consistent delivery performance. And finally, these cartridges are integrated into pen systems to along with the disposable needles. So this is creating an easy-to-use, reliable delivery platform that supports accurate dosing and also enhance the patient's experience. Next slide. So yeah, next let's focus on the solid cartridge plunger technology. So this plunger is a small but essential component for the reliable performance. So the plunger ensures seal integrity and also the drug protection over the drug product's entire shelf life. And we have seen a lot of user requirements. For example, it should be designed for broad drug compatibility using zinc-free formulations and materials with low extractables to minimize the chemical interaction with sensitive molecules like GLP-1. And also the plungers should provide low gas permeability, which helps prevent the oxidation and offer consistent breakthroughs and extrusion forces, ensuring a smooth glide during the injection. Then other requirements include like using halobutyl rubber formulations with low particulate levels and controlled the silicone oil content. So generally to have clean material and high functional performance to meet the requirement of the delivering safe and predictable patient outcomes. Next slide. So then after that, the cartridge line seal is another critical component that ensures every dose remains safe and effective. So we also have seen a lot of user requirements, such as the line seals should provide robust seal integrity, protecting the drug from environmental impact and microbial contamination. And again, zinc-free and low extractables and wide drug compatibility to suitable for the use of the molecules like GLP-1 formulations. And also similarly, low gas permeability and minimal particulate generation are expected. And also functionally, it should be designed for multi-piercing capability, excellent resealability, and low fragmentation. So these are all expected. So this will guarantee repeatable and safe performance across the multiple uses. So altogether, the line seals should provide reliable and consistent contaminant performance that also complements the plunger and container, so ensuring the total reliability for the injections. Next slide, please. So now let's move to the West cartridge component offerings. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, next slide, please. We are providing two elastomeric components used in a cartridge system. So one of them is line seal. As you know, the 8mm line seals match on a 7.15 millimeter cartridge glass neck finish. And this is independent of the diameter of the glass cylinder. So they actually can be used for either 3 mil or 1.5 mil cartridge system. So you can see we have different line seals options here to meet the different requirements. So for those cartridges containing less doses requiring no more than like 5 punctures of the line seals, we have the mono-layer line seal 6174 and offering with our most commonly used modern formulations. So for those drugs like GLP-1 require multiple punctures, we have the double layer line seal 6194. And we also developed a NovaPure quality grade line seal with a barrier film applied to the drug contact surface. Next slide, please. So yeah, as just mentioned, both mono-layer line seals and double-layer line seals are available from West, and they can meet the dimensional tolerances described in ISO 13926. And the double-layer line seals contain different rubber formulations for the 2 layers. The outer layer is a non-drug contact layer, which is formulated with polyacrylate, and the formulation features excellent physical properties, so it can meet the requirements for multiple punctures. And the inner layer is a drug contact layer. So it's formulated with modern halobutyl formulations for enhanced compatibility. Next slide, please. Yeah, then another important component we are offering for the cartridge system is cartridge plunger. So here I listed our cartridge plunger options, which can meet the requirements of different volumes ranging from 1.5 ml to 10 ml. So non-laminated and laminated plungers are both available for 1.5 ml and 3 ml. Next slide, please. Yeah, so you probably have noticed that now we actually have laminated options for both line seals and cartridge plungers. So I believe some of you are already quite familiar with West laminated products, which are actually using the ETFE material as the barrier film due to its property of chemical inert. So the film is adherent to the elastomers and it's translucent, compatible with both steam and gamma sterilization. And normally we call it FluoroTec film, if you are familiar with the term. So FluoroTec film can block migration of the chemicals and prevent them leaching into the drug product. It offers protection against organic and inorganic compounds, minimizing the interaction between the drug and the elastomeric closure. So this actually effectively addresses the extractables and the leachable space, ensuring the drug maintains its safety and quality. And also by reducing the absorption and absorption, the barrier film significantly lowers the potency risks. So this actually is helping to maintain the intended efficacy of the drug. Next slide, please. So furthermore, for the plunger surface area without the FluoroTec film, we actually apply butyl coating, so which is a combination of a high molecular weight silicones. So after it's sprayed onto the surface of the elastomer, it's heated and UV cured to the surface of the elastomeric closures. So it actually can help to reduce the free silicone oil particles in the drug liquid. So the FluoroTec film, in combination with the butyl coating, provides lubricity without the need for the free silicone oil. So this eliminating the potential source of the particulate contamination, as mentioned. Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, here come to a poll question again. So before we move on to the next section, we have a poll question for you to vote on. So from your experience, what is the biggest technical challenge in cartridge systems for GLP-1 injectables? Option A, maintaining container closure integrity. Option B, controlling plunger break loose and extrusion force. Option C, minimizing leachables and extractables. Option D, ensuring multi-puncture seal integrity. So yeah, I think here we can have some time for your voting. Okay, with that, I will hand over to my colleague Vikram. He will take us through the technical aspects, so share insights on how West helps you overcome the challenges. Okay, over to you, Vikram. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn, for setting the context. So building on what Lynn has explained with the options, so next sections we are going to discuss on the technical aspects of cartridge components, covering its design considerations, performance requirement, and pharmacopoeial aspects of packaging component. So First and most important when we talk about this technical aspect is the break loose and extrusion force, which we also call as initiating force and sustaining force as per the ISO uh, nomenclature. So on the right side, you can clearly see the cartridge component. So this is a solid 1.5 ml cartridge component, and the dark portion is with fluorotec film. So you can see the fluorotec film is applied on both the sides. So here the question comes is which is the trim edge up and trim edge down side. So in terms of cartridge solid component, it is difficult to understand which is the drug contact side and which is the non-drug contact side. So we had done an extensive study understanding the cartridge orientation, whether it is trim edge up or trim edge down. So this study focuses mainly on the initiating force, that is nothing but a break loose force, and sustaining force, which is nothing but a gliding force. And we have done this study as per the ISO 116083. So what we had done is we had taken this 1.5 ml laminated plungers, and we had done 1x and 2x, meaning 30 minutes of steam sterilization and 60 minutes of steam sterilization, and perform the studies at time 0, time 6 months and 12 months at a controlled room temperature, just to understand is there any impact of trimmage as well as 1x and 2x steam sterilization on break loose and extrusion force. So you can see the data, actual data with the empty trimmage up with 1x steam on the left side for a period of 12 months. And on the right side, the trimmage down for 1x steam on the right side. So if you see and refer the ISO, the initiating force limit is not more than 15 Newton, while the sustaining force or a gliding force, the limit is not more than 10 Newton. When we see on the left side, the break loose force or the initiating force, what we can see is around 3.5 to 4 Newton in both the cases, while gliding force was hovering around 2.5 to 3 Newton. So in both the cases, whether it is trim edge up or trim edge down with one extreme, what we have seen is there is no discernible differences between orientation or steam sterilization, 1x or 2x steam sterilization of the plunger. So the results are well within the range and it is consistent. Similarly, the next important aspect is CCI part, the container closure integrity. So here we have done this CCI part by using helium leak detection, which is again a quantitative test where we have done again with 1x and 2x steam sterilization. So the study is up to 12 months at a controlled room temperature, and we have seen, so the limit according to the Kirsch is 6 into 10 to the power minus 6 millibar. But when you see on the right side, whether it is 1x or 2x steam sterilized, you can clearly see there are around 1000 times lesser than the actual limit specification set by Kirsch. So this is how we have observed at time 0, time 6 or 12 months data where the actual results are way lesser than the actual specifications. So that gives the confidence that whether it is trim edge up or down with 1x or 2x steam sterilization, we have kind of consistent break loose and glide force with passing this CCI by using helium leak test. Again, moving to the data with 3 ml cartridge plunger, which is most of the GLP are with this 3 ml cartridge plungers. So we have both chlorobutyl and bromobutyl options. The design for this 3 ml is 2223. 4023 is bromobutyl, while 4432 is a chlorobutyl options. So here also we have done this data, but we had tweaked the data in terms of testing speed. So as per the ISO, the speed what they have mentioned is around 50 millimeter per minute. But just to understand with the increased test speed, whether and what will be the initiating and sustaining force for this 3 ml cartridge plunger, the speed has increased from 50 to 80 millimeter and maximum 230 millimeter per minute. So starting with 80 millimeter per minute data. So on the left side, you can clearly see the data for 4023, which is a bromobutyl formulation. And on the right side with red is with chlorobutyl options. Uh, the one what you can clearly see on both the options is the limit of break loose is hovering around 2 to 3 for bromobutyl, while for 5 to 6 is for chlorobutyl formulations, which is well within the limit of what 50 Newton for initiating force is all about. While for sustaining force, like gliding force, it is hovering around 2 to 3 in both the cases. So it is a consistent gliding force and break loose force for both the cases, whether it is chlorobutyl or bromobutyl formulations, which is well within the limit of ISO standards. Similarly, when we see at a higher speed of 230 millimeter per minute, here also what we observed is the break loose force or the initiating force is around hovering around 4 to 5 Newton in case of bromobutyl option, and in 5 to 6 in chlorobutyl 4432 options. So whether it is 80 millimeter per minute or we have increased to 230 millimeter per minute, the actual range of break loose and glide force is well within the acceptable limit in both the cases, whether it is chlorobutyl formulation or bromobutyl formulations. So this was data related to cartridges, plungers. Now we have a detailed technical bulletin or technical data related to line seals. So this is the line seal what we have used 6194, which is the bilayer in a Vestar RU process ready to use component. What we have done is we have done a study as per the ISO guidelines. So fragmentation as well as resellability has been performed as per the respective ISO testing for this bilayer line seal. So this is the actual data of fragmentation. On the left side, you can see as per ISO 8871, the 12 closures were chosen with the 4 punctures each. The results were less than 5 fragments per 48 piercing. When we have this data with different punctures, like we have a range from 90 punctures to 135 punctures, as per the ISO 11608, again the results are well within the limit, that is less than 6 fragments in all the cases, right from 90 punctures to 135 punctures. So talking about resellability. So here also what we observed is even at 135 punctures with 5 Newton force, we haven't seen any kind of leakage with this bilayer formulations. And we also use dye ingress test right from 90 punctures till 135 punctures. We have not seen any kind of leakages or presence of blue dye. So that gives a clear confidence to the user that whether it is a fragmentation or reusability, which has been completely passing as per the respective ISO functional requirement. So to give a confidence, I mean, we have done, so as a component manufacturer, we have done a detailed understanding in terms of functionality test of this component. And what we saw is all the plungers maintains CCI. So we have seen the CCI data by using helium leak test. We also seen the CCI data by using dye ingress test. So in both the cases, it maintains the CCI. That gives a confidence to the user that yes, with this component, the data is already there. The only thing, actual drug component, pharma companies have to perform. We also observed there is no fluid leakage in the cartridge system. So whether it is a combination of all, we have not seen any kind of fluid leakage, and this will deliver a smooth injection profile. So that also gives a confidence that with whatever ISO standards, whatever pharmacopoeia standards, this has been passed. And it also gives an confidence to the fill finish equipment. Like we also perform the trim edge down, trim edge up. So plunger cartridge orientation will not have an impact. So for this, you do not have to invest your specialized equipment, since these are solid component, similar, unlike to a pre-fill plungers, you do not have to have a kind of specialized equipment. Whether it is trim edge down or up, we have seen the break loose and glide force are consistent, as well as the CCI is passing in both the cases. that gives line efficiency and ease of implementation on existing filling line. So that gives again eliminating the need of plunger orientation. So that detailed technical report is available with us with a different plunger orientation, which will not impact your CCI testing, which will not impact your break loose and glide force. So moving to the next chapter on evaluation of cartridge systems. So here, this is as per the dimension as per the ISO. So if you refer the ISO 13926, 1 stands for glass, 2 stands for plungers, stoppers, and 3 is mainly for the line seal of pen injectors. So if you refer the testing as per the ISO, these are different testing which is very important and crucial. So the testing has been categorized into different sections like leakage, mainly to understand the product should be leak proof, freedom from leakage at a plunger or disc, plunger force like what we discussed, break loose and extrusion force. At the end of shelf life, it should not go beyond the limit what we specified. Then the dimensions are very crucial, and this is according to the respective ISOs. We also the importance of eccentricity, meniscus, resealability. Again, the number of samples to perform the resealability is 20 with the pressure of around 5 Newton, and you should not see any kind of leakage while performing this resealability. Coring, again, the limit is 6 fragment per 100 punctures. The materials are cartridges, cap, and then septum, which is again your plunger. The dose accuracy or the volume has to be performed as per the ISO 11608. And obviously, the most important part is storage transport use should be free from damage or breakage. So these are the typical tests what you need to understand and perform for the component which are used for GLP-1 packaging systems. On the left side, I've just highlighted different segments and the nomenclature. So the first portion is of your disc. The second is your cap. Third is your cylinder, or fourth is the label where you are going to apply that label, and the fifth is your plunger portion. So this is how your device or pen injector will composed of. So moving to the next. So before that, I just want to have one quick poll. So I just want to understand your perspective. We'll take a moment to respond to the poll on your screen. So this will take again less than 30 seconds. So please go ahead and submit your response. So the question is, which USP chapter update is likely to have greatest impact on functionality of GLP-1 packaging compliance? Option A, USP chapter 381. Option B, USP chapter 382. Option C, USP chapter 1207. Or option D, USP chapter 788. So the USP 381 is all about the elastomeric component, which a component supplier like West will give a compliance in your quality certificate. 382 is for the system, which we are going to see in detail. So the answer for this is option B, that is 382. So the information related to performance tests as per USP chapter 382 is what we are going to discuss in this section. So just to give a brief of what exactly this section of 381 and 382 is all about. So as all of you are aware, what exactly 382 covers is mainly the biological, physicochemical and functional requirement of elastomeric closures. So biological reactivity tests as per USP section 87, if fails, we have to perform 88. Physicochemical, again, it covers turbidity, color, acid, alkalinity, absorbance, reducing substance, volatile sulfides, and ammonium. And functionality tests like penetrability, fragmentation, and self-sealing. So these are the tests which was there in 381, and we used to comply as per the protocol. But from 1st of December 2025, there is a new chapter which was introduced by USP, that is 382. which talks about the functional suitability of parenteral product packaging, which covers the elastomeric component. So again, 382 is a compliance required chapter, and then 1382 is mainly a informational chapter, which is effective from last month, 1st of December 2025. So just take a side-by-side comparison. What was there, the functionality test available earlier, and now what is been changed. So on the left side, which was we were following the functionality test for vial and bottles, which was targeting mainly on this system, penetrability, fragmentation, and self-sealing capacity. So now moving to this, we have to follow the new section of USP 382, which talks about the system. So the system comprise of your final system, which goes to the patient. So it is not only applicable for vial and bottle, it is also applicable for blow fill seal containers, your plastic containers, your cartridges and pre-fill syringes. So all the sections where elastomer portions are there, you need to comply along with your full systems. So 382 compliance is for the pharma manufacturers, not a component manufacturers. So pharma manufacturer has to perform all this study based on the criteria which has highlighted in chapter 382. So again, focusing on the cartridge components. So if you see the cartridge component from this 382, there are 4 sections which is mandatory, and you need to perform the study as per this new revised chapter, new chapter of 382. So section 4, section 5.2, section 6.1, and section 6.2. And the beauty of this is the piercing device, like what hypodermic you have to use, has been also highlighted in these sections. And all this study, all this section of 382, they have given a reference from respective ISOs and respective USP references. So first sections, which is section 4, which is common to all the system, is container closure integrity. So earlier it was highlighted in an informational chapter of 1207. Now in this USP chapter 382, it is kind of mandatory for every system containing elastomer. So this is the integral system fit testing. So minimum sample for you to perform this testing is 30 samples. Here, the leak method of choice is optional. You can go with probabilistic or deterministic test method. So the choice of detection or selection of test method is up to you. You can go with Dynagrass or you can go with vacuum decay. And the acceptance criteria will be conforms to maximum allowable leakage limit. So a detailed section has been set in this USP chapter 382, and CCIT is an integral part of that. Section 5.2 talks about self-sealing capacity. Again, specifically for multi-dose or multiple usage, you need to check whether this has self-sealing capacity. Here again, you need to do minimum 30 samples for the system. So for cartridge also, you need to perform minimum 30 samples for self-sealing. And they also highlighted the piercing device. So whether to use 27 gauge or 29 gauge with 1x penetration with the maximum intended use. And after this penetration, you also need to check whether there is any leakage or not. So that leakage has to be performed as per the CCIT studies. So post the self-sealing capacity, you need to check whether this conforms to maximum allowable leakage limit with specified CCI testing. Section 6 talks about plunger functional suitability test. So till now everyone was following as per the ISOs. Now it is kind of mandatory for pharma companies to perform this functional suitability test, which covers break loose and extrusion force. So section 6.1 talks about cartridges with less than 5 ml or more than 50 ml, where the minimum and maximum extrusion force has to be provided by pharma companies. So this study has to be performed along with your final product or your placebo. So that's the kind of mandate that you cannot just take the example what we just saw. This study has to be performed for all this product manufacturer along with their products. Section 6.2 talks about plunger seal integrity. Again, here what is main important is that post that introduction, you need to put certain pressure. So here the pressure is 30 Newton for 1 minute, and you need to check whether there is any leakage or not. So that leakage should not be visible. So that is the test what you need to perform as along with your final product or proxy. So these are the different tests which we have covered in terms of USP chapters. And then, like I mentioned, we have performed all the studies according to the pharmacopoeia, according to the ISOs. So, like what we saw earlier, we have done a study as per the ISO specification, break loose glide force with 50 millimeter per minute. We have crossed to 130 millimeter per minute with the component what we are going to support with you. But that gives a leverage to the pharma companies so that you can understand whether this data is available or not. So you can take a reference of all this data. But like what we just saw in 382, the actual study has to be performed with full system along with product. So again, these are the references what you can take, and you have to perform all these studies along with your final product. So this is kind of a unique data what we have collected and comprised with the help of our technical support team, which you are entering into GLP market. So fitness for purpose must be evaluated. And like I mentioned, you can leverage our data, technical support. I also urge to download this technical report where the detailed studies has been highlighted in the technical report. So you can download from our website www.westpharma.com. There's a dedicated knowledge center. You can download this detailed technical report and use for your studies. So with that, I thank you so much for all your active listening and participation for today's webinar, which is focusing on GLP-1 packaging components. We truly appreciate your time and interest. With that, we would like now open the floor for questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Vikrant. So we have few questions which is lined up. I'll probably just ask one by one. The first question is for Lynn. With GLP-1 growth accelerating, how do you see the shift toward multi-dose cartridge systems influencing future device and packaging requirements?
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the question. I think, yeah, this is a valid question because I believe the rapid expansion of the GLP-1 therapies, especially this moving from like single-use pens towards the multi-dose platforms is really like reshaping the expectations for the future device and packaging system. So I mean, from this point, I think the industry probably will be like pushed to think about like in terms of the overall system performance and also the overall delivery device. So for the component side, I think there will obviously be more and more requirements on the cartridge component. For example, the cartridge must deliver higher consistency and also reliable like plunger glide performance, because this actually will ensure the need for the dose delivery accuracy. Because we will see more and more reusable pens and also like maybe smart pen platforms. So this is actually will increase the need for the dose delivery accuracy. So the dose accuracy of the pen or even like the future like smart pen, this actually depends on the plunger movement. So the break loose and glide force performance is very important. So this will rely on the high dimensional consistency of the plunger. So, and also again, for the multiply dose usage, this is a requirement on the line seals as well. So as I mentioned in my slides, we need also to ensure that the resealability and also the multi-puncture performance for the line seals, for the multiply punctures usage. This is actually to ensure the robust container closure integrity in use for this device or for this component. So, and besides of that, I think the package will actually need to keep like pace as well, especially like for example the packaging. The secondary packaging package, the cartridge pen system. This probably will also need to be considered in the future. While for the GLP-1, there's also another consideration is that the cold storage for the drug product. So the cold storage requirement is also be something we will focus on to the components requirement as well. So yeah, this is I will see that more and more or more and more stringent requirements on the components as well as on the device side. So I think we can also elaborate some requirements from the USP 382. So that is a perfect, I think, guidance or pharmacopoeia. We can the drug manufacturer actually can follow that to make sure the compliance of all these performance. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Second question is for Vikrant. Can you elaborate on how USP 382 changes the functional expectations for elastomeric components, especially for cartridges used in GLP-1 pens?
Yeah, thank you for the questions. Like I highlighted in my presentation, when you are developing this cartridge component, so as per 382 requirement, you need to focus on 4 parameters, which I highlighted. One is the penetration force, the self-sealability, the break loose and extrusion force, and the CCIT. So this is kind of a mandate for a pharma manufacturer to perform all this study according to the new USP chapter. So this 4 test is applicable for GLP-1 packaging systems for pen device as per the new chapter of USP 382.
Okay, perfect. Another question. Do you have data on impact of break loose and glide force with respect to different plunger orientations?
Yes, again, I'll take that question. So it's a good question. So unlike other PFS plunger, you can clearly see the drug contact side and the non-drug contact side. And we are getting these kind of questions from multiple people that how to identify which is your drug contact side for the cartridge plungers. So, like I mentioned in the slides, the trim edge up and the trim edge down. So it is very difficult to understand which will be the drug contact side. So for that, we have performed extensive studies, and technical report is available in our website, where the trim edge up or trim edge down with the 1x or 2x steam sterilization, there is no impact in terms of break loose and glide force. So that gives an assurity to companies that even if use whatever this side or orientation of the plunger, it will not impact the break loose and glide force of the product.
Thank you, Vikrant. This question is for Lynn. What is the application difference between chloro and bromobutyl plungers? Which products are compatible for both respectively?
Yeah, so actually for bromobutyl and chlorobutyl, actually we are not actually rarely differentiate these two different actually they are both belong to halobutyl formulations. But for bromobutyl and chlorobutyl, these are the elastomer basis. So we actually named the formulation according to the elastomer basis. So one is chlorobutyl, then other is bromobutyl. But besides of that, we actually will add a lot of other ingredients to make sure the final finished elastomer component can provide certain functionality or physical properties. For example, the just as mentioned, make sure that the plunger can provide a good performance in terms of gliding force or extrusion force or break loose force. So these actually all belong to the functionality. But so besides of the chlorambutyl and brombutyl in the ingredients as most part of the ingredients in a formulation, we actually will add other ingredients to make sure this final formulation will achieve the performance, the final performance. So we don't really differentiate this like either bromobutyl or chlorobutyl. Yeah, because this, if you really look at the like some research or some articles, you can find that this elastomer basis actually only take about like 60% of the portion of the formulations. So the other parts are actually all made up of other ingredients. So when we look at the final, especially like extractables or leachables, we will consider all of the contribution from all the ingredients. So that's why we actually don't differentiate only from the chlorobutyl, bromobutyl. But maybe sometimes you probably heard like bromobutyl is better or chlorobutyl is better, but that is not the truth, because based on our application or based on our experience, we actually have like both chlorobutyl and bromobutyl as our modern formulations, like you know that 4432 and 4023. So both of these formulations are both like widely used worldwide, and also they have all different applications. For example, stoppers and cartridge plungers or prefill syringe plungers. So we didn't really see a lot of like differences between the two, but it's more probably need to check what your drug product is, then we can actually recommend the most suitable formulation for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Lynn, another question for you. What is your opinion on does viscous formulation will have more GL, BL or less? Even having same PFS and plunger stopper, we have some exceptional observation.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure. I can just go it slow. What is your opinion? Does viscous formulation will have more GL, BL or less? Even having same PFS and plunger stopper, we have some exceptional observation.
I think you want to mention. Sorry. I think you want to mention about like it's regarding the. I'm not sure if the GLP is referring to the glide force or break loose force.
Yes.
Okay. If you are regarding that, yes, definitely the viscosity of the drug product will affect the detect results or the detect results you will see from the different drug products. So that's why actually if you look at the ISO standard, it's actually recommended to you to test with your drug product or some maybe have the similar property with your drug product, some solution with the similar viscosity or density with your drug product. So that is most close to your drug product properties. So then we'll give you the most close results to the final like break loose and extrusion force. So yeah, you should use that. So that definitely we will see different results for different viscosities. And also I believe we also have some technical reports actually show the results, the BLE results with different viscosity of solutions. So if you are interested in that, I think after the meeting, you can contact us. We can share with you the technical reports. You can see the different performance based on the different viscosity of the drug, the solutions. Yeah, Vikram, if you have anything to add, yeah, just feel free to add.
Correct. Rightly pointed. So, I mean, if you want to refer that how viscosity will vary your break loose and glide force, you can take that as a reference. But rightly mentioned by Lynn that you have to perform the study with your final formulations. So, viscous has definitely higher break loose and glide force. So, you need to check with your final formulation or with your placebo, which is similar to your final formulations.
Okay. Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you, Lynn. We have the last question here for Vikrant. Any guidance for specification for glide force and brake force?
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned during my presentation, so the guidance you can take a reference from the ISO. So for initiating force like break loose force, the guidance specification which has mentioned is 15 Newton, while for gliding force it is a 10 Newton. So you can take that as a reference and put as a specifications. But again, it will vary. If you see the USP chapter 382, they have not given an exact range. So it will vary based on your composition. So the reference you can take from ISO, but then actual study you have to perform with your final formulations.
Okay, thank you, Vikrant. Thank you, Lynn. Um, um, Thank you so much, attendees. The questions which couldn't be answered today, our speakers will try their best to respond personally and solve your queries. I would like to thank every one of you for being part of this informative webinar. There will be a short survey that we will be sending. We request you to give your valuable feedback for the same. This is Vishali signing off for now. Hope to see you at our next webinar, which will be announced soon. Goodbye.